What's up everybody, my name is Big Cam and welcome back to another movie review. And today we are talking about 2025's now streaming on Netflix, Frankenstein from Guillermo Del Toro, the legendary director who has done things like The Shape of Water, Pan's Labyrinth, he did Pinocchio a couple years ago, Pacific Rim. Oh, he did Pacific Rim? Oh, no wonder why I like that movie. He did Blade 2, no wonder why I like Blade 2 as well. No, oh God, he's a great director. Talk about a man's filmography that I want to go through and really, watch all of his films, because his work, every time I've seen something from Guillermo Del Toro or I've seen an interview, listen to him speak, I really dig this guy's vibe and his energy, and I just would love to have a sit-down conversation with him and just pick his mind about movies for some time, and then just be like, hey, can you give me like a couple movies to watch over the next week, and then we can reconvene next week and talk about those movies, like I need somebody like a Guillermo del Toro in my life where it's just like, hey, you haven't seen this, this, and this? Go check those out. Call me next weekend when you've seen those and we'll talk about it. That's the type of person I need in my life, another movie lover that's just like a true cinephile that just at heart, as much as I, love other things, I love sports, I love WWE, watching it with my buddy Langone, I love other stuff. I love movies, and movies affect me in such great ways, like Frankenstein did. Watching it Saturday morning, it absolutely blew my mind. And then Saturday night, I went and watched Predator Badlands in theaters, and that blew my mind as well, but in a completely different way, both exceeded expectations. I thought I was going to like both these movies. I loved both these movies. And if you want to hear my full Predator Badlands spoiler thoughts, the video came out yesterday, go check that out. But Frankenstein from Guillermo Del Toro, Oscar Isaac, Jacob Elordi, crushing it with like kind of a two-hander. I mean, Oscar Isaac is the star of the show. He's narrating most of the film. But the film is split into two parts. So the first part is Victor's tale, and the second part is the creature's tale. Now, I thought the first part was too long, the second part needed to be longer, but both parts kind of needed each other, and the creature's part couldn't be longer than Victor's, because Victor has lived this whole life, where the creature was just born recently, right? You know what I mean? So he doesn't have as much life experiences as Oscar Isaac's Victor Frankenstein did from the beginning, but what a fascinating story on how he, becomes the creature and building the creature, and then the creature comes to life and how he figures that out, and then CHRISTOLPH's WALTZ character, Mia Goth's character, if you haven't seen this movie and you want to hear some brief thoughts, I thought it was amazing. I really liked it. Go check it out for yourself. It can't be explained really. Guillermo Del Toro is just such a madman. But if you've ever read the Mary Shelley book, it's got to be as close to that representation as possible. But also with a Guillermo Del Toro flair to it, because he is himself, and he's a little Mexican. Oh God, all of the stories about them filming on set and the type of notes that he would give in his voice. He'd walk up to Oscar Isaac. Oscar, I need you to give me the Mary Cristina, like the telenovela. I need you to walk over and turn a tragedy. Oh, I like it, oh, I love Guillermo Del Toro's voice. And what's even crazier is he's in Death Stranding as this character named Deadman, and he's a world-class Oscar-winning director. He doesn't need to be in a video game, and yet he is, and I really have to go finish Death Stranding because he's unbelievable. But even the poster right here for Frankenstein, this artist did this poster, and it's so beautiful, and it's just crazy that this guy's artistry is so perfectly matched to the film, because there is a point where the monster's back is peeled open the skin so he can get to the musculature and the nervous system inside and try and spark it. It's holy shit. And some of the other visuals in this, this burning building with this statue reaching out, and oh God, some of the visuals in just the filmmaking techniques, he's holding this lantern, and yet the lighting in the scene is so moody, but you can still see everything. I just watched a movie the other night with my buddy, Alien Requiem, which isn't a necessarily good film, but it was so dark. No lighting at all was in that movie. It was just so dark. And this movie didn't feel so dark, even though it was a dark movie, you know, like, and Oscar Isaac absolutely crushed it as Victor and made you feel for him, but also made you angry at him for doing this to the creature, and then the creature made you feel for him, but also made you scared for him, or scared of him, you know, and like shots like this at sun, you know, the sun is rising or setting when they were filming this, and they ran out of light, and he's like, shut up, film it. And of course it's one of the best shots in the film with the creature in the horizon, as you can just see the little only thing in the horizon is just the creature standing there. Oh man. And he's contemplating sunrise, and like it really is a beautiful film. And like, sure, if you're somebody that's like an action heavy person, you might be like, the ending was anticlimactic. No. If you think that, you're an idiot. You need to have some emotions, you know, because like if you didn't feel the emotional impact of the ending of that, then your life is too easy. You know, you haven't had any trauma or hardship, you know. And like Mia Goth in his character of the creature, and how they, you know, she's pretty much the bride of Frankenstein almost, and it's just a good fucking movie, man. I really can't recommend it enough. And Guillermo Del Toro, you're an evil madman genius, and I love the fuck out of you. I really can't say much else. Like, just watching this film, I absolutely crushed it. And Jacob Elordi as Frankenstein, I cannot get over how good that man was as Frankenstein. Like, I think he should win Best Supporting Actor this year. And I can't really think of like any other film where the supporting actor did as much, you know, makeup or as starring as a role as he is. You know, like he's almost the lead of this movie, but he is, you know, in the supporting role to Oscar Isaac's Victor Frankenstein. And Jacob Elordi, you know, like I had only really seen in like Saltburn and slightly in Euphoria, and he hadn't won me over from those roles. After seeing him as the creature, Jacob Elordi, I'm on your train, Mal. Whatever you're going to be doing next, I'm with you. Just don't play a douche and make me hate you. But, you know, well, it kind of was that in Saltburn, and it still kind of worked. But, like, I don't know. Seeing him as the creature, I felt for the creature so much in this film. And what I wasn't expecting was, if you guys have seen Harry Potter, David Bradley plays Filch, Mr. Filch in Harry Potter. In this film, he plays a blind man just in the woods that is a friend and a caring person to the monster and the creature of Jacob Elordi. And I didn't think that relationship was going to hit me as hard as it did. But man, oh man, did I get emotional when the blind man and the creature, you know, and he's like the spirit of the woods, and he's helping this family, and all he wanted was a connection with these people. And then the people leave, and it's just him and the old man. And the old man's like, I could use a friend. It seems like you could use a friend. And that's good enough for me. You know, like, and, oh, God, it just, I'm getting chills thinking about it now. Like, it really, it hit me in the feels thinking about it. But, like, Felix Cammarer? C-A-M-M-E-R-E-R. Cammarer. I'm so sorry, butchering your name, Mr. Felix there. But he was the star of All Quiet on the Western Front, and that was another legendary movie. But Mia Goth, Christoph Waltz, Jacob Elordi, Oscar Isaac, David Bradley as the blind man, Charles Dance as Frankenstein's father. I love Charles Dance from Game of Thrones. Lars Mikkelsen, frickin' Thrawn from Ahsoka in an upcoming Star Wars films, I'm sure. He was like the captain on the boat. I go, oh my God, bro. Only fucking Guillermo Del Toro could get all these people. Ralph Ineson, who just played Galactus in Fantastic Four, was like a judge and just as like an early scene, or a professor as an early scene in the movie. Like, absolutely wild stuff. Bern Gorman was here for a quick second. He's great as well. Like, it's crazy when you're an actor, director type guy like Guillermo Del Toro, and you're just like such a good director that people of high caliber acting will just be like, oh, I'll come do a small part for you. There is no small enough part to do for you, Mr. Del Toro, you know, like, and I would think the same way, you know, I don't care if that motherfucker wants me to pick up trash in the background. I will do whatever Guillermo Del Toro needs of me in a movie, you know, like, I am here to be of service, Mr. Del Toro. You need me to bend over to be your seat? I would love to, you know, like, just to learn at the at the literal feet of this legendary director and be on a set like this. Like, I can only imagine how beautiful this set was, but also like just seeing him work and just seeing his decision making. Like I am fascinated by directors, whether it's Steven Spielberg or James Cameron or Christopher Nolan, Guillermo Del Toro, Quentin Tarantino. You know, like there's something about the director's minds and just being at the helm of the ship and making product like this. It fascinates me. It's what I'd like to do. I have no idea how to do it, but I know if one thing, I will be consuming their work and loving it for all of my life. You know, like, and I would love to at some point in my life be toe-to-toe with these type people, asking them questions and just interviewing them or working alongside them and working for them. I don't care. It would be an honor to be on a set like this and be on a tremendous movie, whether it's a Netflix or a going straight to theaters, you know, or going straight to DVD. I don't give a fuck. I would love to be, whether it's a famous director or even a small-time director, I don't give a fuck. I would love to be in a movie doing something crazy like this, you know, like just to be of service for a man of Guillermo Del Toro's caliber would be an honor. But long story short with that, overall, I gave this film 4.5 out of 5 stars, about a 9 out of 10. Honestly, it could be a 5 out of 5 stars, but, you know, I've been really holding myself back and not giving that 5 out of 5 stars unless there's literally nothing that I hated about the movie and it's just all pure goodness. And really the only thing with Frankenstein is maybe the pacing a little bit. You know, maybe it's dragged out a little bit. It's like 2 hours, 20 minutes. Maybe it could be like 2 hours. But like Guillermo Del Toro, he can make a 4-hour movie, you know, like you're gonna watch, you know, like don't you rush a man like Guillermo Del Toro, because all of those scenes are, you know, just pure gold, and like the camera is capturing gold, you know, like it looked so beautiful. Such a well done, well shot movie. Cinematographer, tip my cap to you, sir. But I would love to hear your thoughts on Frankenstein down below. Go check this out, streaming on Netflix now. If you'd like to comment or chat more Frankenstein and more movies with me, my links are down in the description below. Send them to me, send a message to me on my other social medias, or comment down in the comment section below. I answer all my comments. Please, if you'd like to support the channel, the best way to do that is liking this video, commenting down below, subscribing if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss future movie reviews and you get the notifications when those come out. Once again, my name's Big Cam, and I will see you beautiful people in the next one. Peace!